Have you ever wondered what truly matters as you get older? What are the things that will support you in the years ahead and allow you to live a life full of peace, happiness, and independence? Turning 60 is more than just a milestone. It's a moment to reflect on who and what will truly keep you grounded as you move forward. In this video, I'm going to share with you the 7 pillars that have transformed my life over the past few decades. These are not just random tips. These are the foundations that have given me strength, health, and the ability to enjoy my later years to the fullest. If you're someone who wants to live a fulfilling life regardless of age, this is for you. From taking control of your health to learning how to enjoy your own company, I'll guide you through the core principles that can lead to a life of true freedom. But here's the reason why you need to stick around until the end. These are lessons that go beyond just aging. They are tools to help you take charge of your life, your emotions, and your relationships in a way that will make every year ahead better than the last. Trust me, this isn't just another getting older talk. This video could change the way you view the years to come and give you the wisdom to build a life of purpose, joy, and fulfillment. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. 1. Health is your greatest wealth. In my younger years, I took my health for granted. I lived as though my body were invincible, constantly pushing it to the limit with late nights, overwhelming stress, and a diet that lacked balance. I thought I was invulnerable to the consequences of neglecting my physical well-being. But as I crossed the milestone of 60, the reality began to set in. The body, once resilient and forgiving, starts to send unmistakable signals. Every ache, every twinge of discomfort, becomes a clear reminder that it's time to make a change. Now, health is no longer just an afterthought, it is my top priority. I've come to realize that it's not just about avoiding illness. It's about living a life full of energy, vitality, and mental clarity. I've moved to a daily ritual. Whether it's a brisk walk through nature or a gentle stretch to start the day, I understand that my physical health is intrinsically linked to my mental well-being. Exercise isn't just about fitness, it's about strengthening my mind, boosting my mood, and fostering a sense of inner peace. I've also made a conscious effort to fuel my body with nourishing, whole foods. No longer do I succumb to the temptations of quick, processed meals. Instead, I focus on real, unprocessed ingredients, foods that provide me with the energy and nutrients I need to thrive. It's not just about feeling good at the moment. It's about ensuring that my body remains strong and vibrant for the long haul. Visiting the doctor, once something I would delay or avoid, has now become a regular part of my routine. But instead of causing anxiety, these checkups reassure me. They've become opportunities to catch potential issues early, keeping me proactive about my health rather than reactive. Without good health, all the success, relationships, and material wealth in the world lose their meaning. I've learned that health is the foundation of everything. It's what allows you to truly enjoy life, whether you're in your 30s or 80s. It's the greatest wealth you can have, and it's worth investing in every single day. 2. Learn to enjoy your own company. I used to fear solitude, thinking that being alone was a sign of failure, that it meant I wasn't worthy of companionship, or that I was missing out on something crucial. I convinced myself that the only way to feel validated was by surrounding myself with people or constantly being involved in some form of activity. But over time, as I experienced moments of isolation, I came to realize something profound. Solitude is not a curse but a refuge. I began to understand that enjoying your own company isn't just a luxury. It's a necessity. It's a vital part of self-care that nurtures your mental and emotional well-being. In those moments of quiet, I've found deep peace. Now, I cherish the stillness. I sit in my favorite armchair with a book that sparks my imagination or takes me to places I've never been. Writing my thoughts in a journal has become a sacred ritual where I can express myself freely, without judgment, and reflect on my experiences. Sometimes, I simply allow myself to be enveloped by music. Each song is a journey that stirs memories or invokes feelings I never knew I had. At first, I was hesitant, as if these moments of solitude might be wasted time. But I've come to see them as gifts I give myself. These pauses in my day are growth opportunities, reflection, and replenishment. They remind me that I don't need external validation to feel complete. I no longer wait for others to fill the empty spaces in my life because I've learned to fill them myself. When you learn to enjoy your presence, you begin to understand that the most important relationship you'll have in life is with yourself. This relationship is the foundation for everything else. The relationships with others, your sense of purpose, and your overall peace of mind. It's a relationship that requires care, nurturing, and patience, but it's one you should never neglect. Solitude is not something to fear or avoid. It's a chance to reconnect with who you are, away from the noise of the world, and rediscover the person you've always been. This pillar of self-acceptance and contentment strengthens you, helping you to face any challenge with resilience and clarity. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 3. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it does provide peace. When I was younger, I believed that money was the answer to every problem. I worked tirelessly, often sacrificing my time and well-being, convinced that accumulating wealth would unlock a life of fulfillment. I thought that the more money I had, the more complete I would feel, that it would be a sign of success and happiness. But with time and experience, I learned an important lesson. Money is not the source of happiness. It's simply a tool that can help navigate life's challenges. Over the years, my perspective shifted. I now understand that money, in its essence, is not meant to be the ultimate goal, but a means to an end. Today, I focus more on what I truly need and prioritize quality over sheer quantity. It's no longer about getting more for the sake of it, but about making conscious choices that align with my values and well-being. I have learned the importance of planning my finances wisely, budgeting for the essentials, making mindful decisions about spending, and saving for the future. I no longer feel the need to chase after things I don't truly value, which has freed me from the anxiety of constant comparison and consumerism. One of the greatest lessons I've learned is how important it is to live within my means. I've become more deliberate with my expenses, avoiding unnecessary debts, and ensuring I have an emergency fund in place to handle life's uncertainties. Having that financial cushion brings me a sense of security and peace, knowing that I am prepared for unforeseen events without panicking. I've also come to appreciate the simple pleasures in life that money can't buy. Enjoying a warm cup of coffee in the morning, taking a walk in the park, or indulging in the occasional treat for myself. These moments bring me more joy than any material possession ever could, and I've stopped feeling guilty for enjoying them. Having money doesn't mean you need to be constantly striving for more. It's about how you manage what you have. Proper financial management doesn't just alleviate stress, it empowers you to live a life with dignity and freedom. Money can give you choices, but it is your relationship with it that determines the quality of your life. This pillar has taught me that it's not the amount of money you accumulate that matters, but how you use it to create a life that aligns with your values and brings you peace. 4. True friends are few, and that's okay. Throughout our lives, we cross paths with countless individuals. Some come and go quickly, becoming little more than passing acquaintances, while others linger for a time, often for reasons that are difficult to explain. A few, however, leave an indelible mark on our hearts, becoming friends who stand the test of time. Friendships, much like the changing seasons, have their natural ebbs and flows. Some will slowly fade as life takes us in different directions, while others endure despite the inevitable challenges that come with distance, time, or hardship. At 60, I've come to the profound realization that true friends are like rare treasures, difficult to find, invaluable, and few. These rare friendships aren't about the quantity of people around us. They're about the quality of the connection, the depth of understanding, and the bond that withstands the tests of life. I've learned over the years that a true friend isn't someone who only shows up when it's convenient or when there's something to gain. A true friend is someone who stands beside you in the toughest of times, offering unwavering support when the world feels heavy. They don't judge, and they don't criticize. Instead, they offer their ear and their heart in moments of vulnerability. They see you for who you truly are, imperfections, flaws, and all, and still accept you without hesitation. These are the friends who make time to reach out, not because they need something, but because they genuinely care. It's a rare gift and one that should be treasured deeply. As I reflect on my life, I realize that it's not about the number of friends I have, but the sincerity and authenticity of the bonds I share with those who matter most. True friends are the ones who provide a safe space, a haven, where we can be ourselves without fear of judgment or rejection. They listen not to criticize, but to understand, to offer empathy, or simply to sit in silence when words are not enough. They are the ones who show up when you least expect it, offering the comfort of a kind word, an understanding nod, or simply their presence when you need it most. I've come to understand that the true value of friendship lies not in its frequency or the number of people who surround you, but in the depth of those connections and the strength they offer during life's most difficult moments. The quantity of friendships doesn't matter. It's the quality, the trust, and the love that reunites, and that's what I've learned to celebrate and nurture. As the years have passed, I've made it my priority to invest in these rare and precious friendships. I pour my time, energy, and love into these connections because I know that these friends are the ones who will be there when the world feels like it's crumbling around me. They are the ones who bring light into my darkest days, who offer a steady hand when I'm lost or overwhelmed, and who remind me that I am not alone, even when life's challenges feel isolating. When family may be distant or unable to offer the support I need, it's these friendships that become a guiding light, illuminating the path ahead. Genuine friends provide the strength, encouragement, and unconditional love needed to navigate through the toughest trials. These relationships are irreplaceable, and they are a constant source of comfort, showing me that even in moments of doubt or struggle, I have a support system that will always have my back. This pillar of my life is a reminder that true friendships, though few and far between, are enough. They are more than enough. They are the ones who enrich my life, who bring meaning and purpose to the journey, and who make the burdens of life feel lighter. These friendships are the ones that hold the power to make life not only bearable but beautiful, and they are the treasures that I hold most dear. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 5. Keeping commitments to yourself is an act of self-love. For many years of my life, I found myself caught in the cycle of fulfilling others' expectations, often to the detriment of my own needs and desires. It seemed easier to simply say yes to every request, to be the one who always showed up and took on responsibility, even when it meant stretching myself too thin. I believed that by constantly accommodating others, I could avoid conflict and be seen as helpful, agreeable, and dependable. But over time, I came to realize that in prioritizing everyone else, I was neglecting the most important person: myself. My dreams, needs, and desires took a back seat as I tried to meet the expectations of those around me, leaving me feeling drained, overwhelmed, and disconnected from my own identity. I was so caught up in meeting others' needs that I forgot to consider what I truly wanted or needed. It wasn't until I reached the milestone of my 60th birthday that the true importance of keeping commitments to myself became abundantly clear. Up until then, I had often regarded my promises as less significant than those I made to others, dismissing them as selfish or indulgent. But as I reflected on the years that had passed, I began to realize that the most significant and impactful promises I could make were the ones I kept to myself, not out of obligation, but out of self-respect and love. For the first time, I understood that honoring my own needs and desires was not selfish, but essential for my well-being. Turning 60 was a pivotal moment of deep self-reflection and realization. It was an invitation to reassess my priorities and shift the focus back to myself. It began with small, intentional actions, committing to walk for 30 minutes each day, setting aside time to read a book I'd been meaning to explore, or dedicating myself to learning a new skill. These actions, simple in nature, became profound acts of self-care and self-discipline. In the beginning, they seemed like small steps, but each time I honored a commitment to myself, I felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. These victories were not dependent on external approval or recognition. They were about honoring my word to myself. I learned that when I made a promise to myself, it was just as important as any promise I made to someone else, and I had the power to follow through. Each promise I kept to myself was a building block in strengthening my self-worth and self-confidence. These small acts of commitment helped me realize that I was in control of my life, my choices, and my well-being. By consistently following through on my intentions, I began to rebuild my sense of discipline, which not only shaped my actions but also reaffirmed my belief in my abilities. Every walk I took, every book I read, every skill I practiced was a reminder of my capacity to set goals, stay committed, and take charge of my own life, even in moments when no one else was watching. I didn't need anyone else's approval to validate my progress. My sense of accomplishment came from within. This newfound commitment to myself has taught me how to prioritize my needs with care and intention. I've learned the importance of setting boundaries, valuing my own time, and recognizing that I am deserving of the same level of care and attention I've so often given to others. Through these acts of self-care and commitment, I've learned to speak to myself with kindness, to honor my limits without guilt, and to trust that it's okay to put myself first. For so many years, I placed others' needs above my own, but now I understand that to give my best to others, I must first give my best to myself. Most importantly, keeping promises to myself has become a powerful reminder of my inherent strength, resilience, and worth. Each time I follow through on my commitments, I reinforce the idea that my word matters, even when no one else is around to hear it. These promises are not just about following through on tasks or goals. They are about building a deeper, more trusting relationship with myself. By honoring my commitments, I am showing myself the love, respect, and care that I had once reserved only for others. In prioritizing my well-being, I am learning to respect my worth and place my needs at the forefront of my life, knowing that doing so will ultimately allow me to live a more fulfilled and empowered life. 6. Forgive and let go of the past. The past has a way of lingering in our lives, often like an invisible weight that can unknowingly hold us back. For years, I found myself carrying around a heavy load, a mix of resentments, regrets, mistakes, and painful memories. I believed that by holding on to them, I could somehow protect myself from being hurt again, or even that I was punishing those who had wronged me. It felt as though, by keeping these feelings alive, I was asserting some control over a situation that had left me feeling powerless. But in reality, all this weight did was poison my present and prevent me from embracing the full potential of my future. I was stuck, trapped in the past, unable to truly move forward. The decision to let go wasn't an easy one. It was a profound moment of realization that I had the power to release myself from the emotional chains I had created. One day, I chose to let go. I chose to forgive, not because the people who hurt me deserved it, but because I deserved peace. I came to understand that holding on to the past only allowed it to continue hurting me, long after the events had passed. Those who had wronged me had moved on, and yet I was still trapped in the same cycle of pain and resentment. It became clear to me that I was the one keeping the past alive, and that by holding on to it, I was preventing my healing. Forgiveness, I realized, was not for anyone but me. It was a gift I gave to myself. By forgiving, I wasn't absolving the wrongdoers or excusing their behavior. I was simply releasing myself from the emotional prison I had built. It was an act of freedom, a way to reclaim my energy and my peace. It was the first step in releasing the past's hold on my life, allowing me to step into a future not defined by the mistakes or wounds of the past. I came to understand, deeply and profoundly, that the past cannot be changed. No matter how much I longed for things to be different or how many times I replayed the events in my mind, I could never undo the mistakes or the pain. I could not rewrite history, but I could choose how to relate to that history. I could choose to stop letting it define who I was or how I felt about myself. I began to shift my focus. Rather than looking back with bitterness or resentment, I started to see the lessons, the growth, and the strength I had gained through those painful experiences. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every misstep had shaped me into the person I am today. Rather than carrying the weight of those experiences as burdens, I began to see them as stepping stones that helped me evolve. This pillar of forgiveness and letting go has been nothing short of transformative. It has granted me emotional freedom, and a sense of lightness I had never experienced before. I no longer feel burdened by the past. The weight that once felt so crushing has been lifted, creating space for new joys, peace, and an openness to all that life has to offer. Letting go of the past has allowed me to move forward with clarity and confidence that I hadn't known was possible. The joy I feel now is a direct result of that freedom. The freedom I gave myself when I decided to forgive, to release, and to step forward unencumbered. Ultimately, letting go of the past is a powerful gift, one that only you can give to yourself. It is a choice, a conscious decision to choose healing over hurt, peace over resentment, and growth over stagnation. It's a decision that opens the door to personal transformation and emotional well-being. And although the path to forgiveness may not always be easy, the rewards it offers are immeasurable. It's the kind of freedom that empowers you to embrace the present and the future, knowing that you are no longer defined by what you have left behind. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 7. Find something you're passionate about. At 60, I uncovered a powerful and life-changing truth. Passion is the key to keeping the heart young. It's not solely about what you do, but about what stirs your soul, what sets your heart alight and makes life feel vibrant, full of energy, and worth living. For me, that passion blossomed in the form of gardening. There's something deeply grounding and fulfilling about planting a seed, nurturing it with care, and watching it grow into something beautiful. It's a cycle of life that continually amazes me. But what I've come to realize is that others find their passions in so many different forms. Whether it's through music, painting, writing, volunteering, or even immersing themselves in the challenge of learning a new language. Passion takes different shapes, but the essence is the same. It's about finding something that sparks excitement and makes you feel alive, something that pulls you out of bed each day with a renewed sense of purpose and anticipation for what's to come. For me, gardening has not only connected me to nature, but it's also helped me develop a deep sense of patience and gratitude. Something is awe-inspiring about seeing a tiny seed sprout into a full-fledged plant. It's a quiet reminder that life, despite its challenges, always finds a way to renew itself. Gardening teaches me to slow down, to take my time, and to appreciate the delicate balance of life, something that I can easily overlook in the hustle and bustle of the modern world. With every new bud that emerges, with every leaf that unfurls and reaches for the sky, I feel an overwhelming sense of accomplishment and quiet contentment. These small, yet significant moments give me a chance to reflect on all the wonders of the world that often go unnoticed. But it's not just about the beauty of nature. It's the deeper sense of purpose that sustains me. Knowing that my care is fostering life, whether in the form of a flower, a tree, or a simple herb, is something that brings me peace. It reinforces the idea that I am part of a greater cycle, a greater system of life that is constantly evolving. Having a passion is more than just a hobby. It nourishes the soul in ways that are hard to explain. It gives your days meaning and color, whether you're tending to a garden, painting on a canvas, creating music, or learning something new. When life feels overwhelming or when the world outside feels chaotic, having something you care deeply about can serve as an anchor. It provides a reason to keep moving forward and to approach each day with a sense of joy and hope. Passion offers direction when you feel lost, and it reminds you that there's always something worth striving for, no matter what stage of life you're in. It doesn't matter how old you are or where you are in your journey. The important thing is to find something that fills you with energy, excitement, and fulfillment. Something that lights up your heart, fuels your spirit, and keeps you engaged in the beautiful rhythm of life. Thank you so much for sticking with me until the end of this video. By now, you've learned about the 7 pillars that can help you build a life full of peace, joy, and independence, no matter your age. So, what have you learned so far? Which of these pillars resonated with you the most? I'd love to hear from you. Comment below with one thing you've learned from this video that you're going to put into practice in your own life. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content on how to live a fuller, more meaningful life. Let's keep this conversation going and support each other in making the most of every single year ahead. See you in the next video.